in the late game at 7 o'clock. The Nuggets will be in LA taking on the Clippers. Denver currently leads the series 3-2. The Clippers are 6.5 point favorites tonight. Get ready to serve up some excitement with Major League Volleyball. Your San Diego Mojo are here at Viejas Arena, so you can get close to all the volleyball action. Get tickets starting at $15 at letsgomojo.com. That's letsgomojo.com.
Yeah, welcome in. What is going on? Happy Thursday, everybody out there. Rich, you want to say your line? Happy Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Happy Thursday to those who celebrate. I'm like, I don't have a line.
It is San Diego Sports 760. This is the Fletch Zone. Ben Fletcher, Sammy Long with you till 2 o'clock. John and Jim will take over then, streaming live on X at Fletch and Sammy, streaming live on YouTube at San Diego Sports 760. Give us a subscription there, but a little blast from the past real quick. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch used to be on this station. Now we're over on 101.5 KGB. But tomorrow, we meld both worlds together. What's going on, Richie?
We are going to be live in Del Cerro at K&B Bistro. So the reason why that place is so near and dear to our hearts here, both at San Diego Sports 760, but also at 101.5 KGB, is Tony Kanja, owner-operator of Keg and Bottle, also owner-operator of K&B Bistro, where this live broadcast will take place. So if you ever been a fan of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, if you stuck around here on 760 and you didn't make the switch to 101.5 KGB, that's fine.
They all hate us now.
That's actually not fine.
Or dude, like, stop it. That's like what Kat just said. That's crazy. Join us. Join the party. Here's the reality of the situation is we hold no ill will to anybody. We just want you to join the party so you can actually do that live from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. at K&B Bistro, where you can win some great prizes.
So that voice you heard kind of in the background there is Kat Fisher, who is the newest member of the Wolf Pack. Kat.
Wow, I'm in a wolf pack now?
Yeah, you drew
wolf.
blood. You're a wolf.
Cool.
You can give us a howl if you want. But Kat Fisher, has since joining the party, has been a ton of fun. And this is your first time out on the road with us. Are you nervous about tomorrow?
A little bit, actually, because we've been told by higher up management that the three of you are not allowed to get wasted, which
that's not what I heard. That's not the way I heard
I don't
it.
know if that's what you've done in the past, but that seems to be the reputation that you hold.
That's not what I heard. That's not the way I heard it. They said, you guys just make sure Kat doesn't get drunk.
That's what I heard too.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's ironic because he's been promising people all week that he's buying shots for every single listener that comes up to him. And I don't know if you guys were aware of that on the morning show. If you guys are promoting that for tomorrow.
Sammy does keep saying that. I have not made no such promise, but
I believe him.
yeah, sure. Sammy doesn't lie. Hashtag faith in Sammy.
Sammy never lies.
No, but it is going to be a party. Now, Kat doesn't drink, first of all. Rich drinks a lot. TD drinks way too much. And usually I do too, but I think I do have to stay sober tomorrow because I have this show.
You do.
I would guarantee you drink more often than that. Well, actually, I can't say for sure Travis, but definitely more often than me. But here's the problem with me. It takes like gallons to really make a dent. So the plan is, as he enters the station, TD, grab a microphone. But the problem is, I know what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to show up to this great event where you can, by the way, win if you're live present in the flesh with us at K&B Bistro in Del Cerro, right off the 8 College Avenue. You can't miss it. It's in the Windmill Farms parking lot. You go there and you can win a Milwaukee tool set worth over $1,200. Power tools.
$100.
You can
Pretty
get
cool.
a big screen TV.
Big
A 55-inch.
Yeah, 55-incher.
That's cinco inches.
Nailed it.
Cinquento y cinco.
Cinco sounds better.
Incorrect. It is cinco.
We looked this up.
It is our Cinco de Mayo
Bye-bye.
party on the Dos de Mayo, but we want everybody to come. So, you know what? Load up the car, load up the minivan, bring everybody out to K&B Bistro tomorrow. We're going to try to get
Bring the kids.
It's a bistro. They're welcome.
like the best case scenario is if there's too many people there tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we want the cops called.
I think so.
Yeah,
Well, there's an
we-
overflow. There's a patio. There's outdoor seating.
Yeah, there's a grocery store next door too.
I'm sure they'll be thrilled.
There's free food.
Yeah.
Free food,
Yeah.
free burritos, free pizza for everybody that walks in the door. Signature cocktails. The Travis D is
I don't know. I don't know what it is anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a secret.
Travis.
It's secret.
Yeah.
There's so many
Special
secret
super
ingredients.
Surprise.
It's good.
Travis, how do you feel about no drinking tomorrow?
how do you feel about no drinking tomorrow?
Me? Wait, who said that?
That's
What
the
did I
higher
say?
ups.
Nobody made that promise.
I don't know that it has to be no drinking, but light drinking.
Yeah. Light drinking prior to 6 a.m. Of course.
There's going to be a basic rich available for purchase, which is going to be some sort of margarita. There's going to be a Fletch on the beach, which is a spin on the sex on the beach. Kat, what was your cocktail
Mine's
called?
the Macarena, like the Macarena.
Oh, because there's no alcohol in it.
Macarita, I get it.
Yeah, for those that are going to work after the fact, we're a pre-office party.
She's been saying this for weeks now. I finally just got it.
Are you serious?
Macarita, that's genius.
Like the Macarena.
Yeah.
That was a dumb dance.
I like it a lot. It's easy to follow. This is what I was gonna say before. I know how this is gonna go. We're gonna show up to the bar. We're gonna get set up. We're gonna start feeling our sea legs a little bit. We're gonna get the lay of the land again, which we're no strangers to K&B Bistro. But my point being, what will inevitably happen is listeners will come up with copious amounts of beers and shots. And what are we going to do? Just let them to waste?
No, this is what you do,
Don't
Rich.
let them
This
drink
is what
alone.
you always do when
Kat.
you're given an unwanted drink. You act like you're about to take it and you just throw it over your shoulder.
I'm sorry,
Just make
Kat.
sure it's
That's
not a brush
disrespectful to
mark.
everyone
Put it
buying
under
it.
your shoulder.
At what point did Rich say unwanted?
Yeah, quick timeout. I'm signaling 30 to the scorer's table. I want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't really understand the verbiage. I do understand this verbiage. We are going to be partying with all of you. You're all invited. It doesn't matter if you're listening to sports. It doesn't matter if you're not listening at all. Tell your friends. Tell everyone. Get down to K&B Bistro because it's going to be a phenomenal event. I almost cursed. I almost had Sammy dump me on his show.
That happened to me for the first time ever earlier this week. I dropped a hard BS.
Wow.
Wow.
Nicely
Look at you.
done.
YouTube caught
Nicely
it.
done.
I did
I
not.
remember
You
my
guys saw
first
Shout out to the
BS.
stream.
You guys watching The Intern in here?
I think so. I don't know. Sammy has
Have
stuff
you
on
seen this
TV.
movie?
I love this movie. Yeah, I'm a big Anne Hathaway fan.
Tomorrow, there's going to be a 55-inch TV given away. There's going to be a $1,200 set of Milwaukee tools given away. What's in that tool set?
7 different tools.
Everything.
It's got a lot.
There's a sawzall. There's a circular saw. There's 3
Mini
different
blower.
grills. Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Concert tickets, free pizza, free burritos, not free alcohol. You have to buy that, but there will be alcohol available for purchase. It's going to be a freaking party down at K&B Bistro in Del Cerro.
Anne Hathaway, during the movie Les Mis, she shaved her head.
She
did. TOPLESS.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
There was a scene,
Really?
nudity. Speaking of nipples, man nipples will be present all fiesta long.
Because
Dos de
The
Mayo.
whole time?
Our buddy Jay will be behind bar,
That's true.
and he has shown nipples in this studio.
Multiple times.
Yeah, I was telling Kat, we put whipped cream on his nipples. one
Sammy's
time.
coming. He's been hitting the gym. We'll just have him go shirtless.
You've been
Okay.
hitting the gym,
We've been
Sammy?
trying. I'm trying to pull that Rich Ornberger.
No, you stop it. I'm trying to look like Sammy. Sammy, really? What are you doing? A little butterfly fly, or what are you doing?
Yeah, a lot of stretching at the
Hitting
gym.
A lot of
Stand there,
stretching?
you know.
So you haven't
Look
done
good for
anything
everyone.
stretched yet?
No, look, Sammy
He's
has
actually he's
the
going to yoga.
cheat code
Yeah,
activated.
exactly. Yeah, yoga.
Have you seen what people wear to the gym these days?
Oh, yeah.
Sammy's the only one who goes.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's where he's gonna find Mrs. Long.
Yeah. Well,
We're all
yeah, good
trying.
point. Oh, you know what? Honestly, stretching and are you sure you're going to the gym and not just making sourdough bread? Because that's
Sourdough
just
bread.
stretching and eating and
That sounds better.
yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be a
Prefer that.
blast. Get out to K&B Bistro, 6 to 10 a.m. in Del Cerro, right across from San Diego State. Who knows? Maybe Kawhi Leonard will stop by. He went to San Diego
He's
State.
got a game
Who
tonight. I
knows?
don't know if he's going to be there.
I think aren't
Yeah.
the Clippers in the playoffs?
Yeah, he is, but we got a soft.
Hey, he might be
competition.
going to Cancun tonight, so we'll see.
You know who's not in the playoffs?
Oh,
Sammy Long.
we're not starting with that.
We've been.
How can you not start with that?
LeBron James is out. Are you okay, Sammy? Your hair looks not nearly as poofy today.
It was a rough night yesterday.
Did you not
gonna lie.
use volumizer?
What was that?
Is
You know
that
what?
a
Yeah.
word?
We're gonna re-up his moose. You know what? We're gonna put it on the P card. Here at the station, we take care of our own.
All right, one more time, everyone around the room, give the best reason why someone should go out to our party tomorrow morning.
You are gonna get to meet Kat. That's a pretty
If
good
you're
one.
on the stream, she's very pretty. Take a look.
Oh, thank you. It's the first time you guys have called me pretty.
I don't know if there's
On-
any other reason you need.
That's it. And
Okay,
we'll see you
the reason-
there.
yeah.
Travis Dale, also
Yeah.
very pretty.
Well, I don't know about that. Man, I really bring down the catfisher balance, don't I? That's
Hey, free breakfast burritos. That brings the balance back up.
Okay,
free
good.
breakfast
Thank God.
burritos. We've got breakfast pizzas. I think there's going to be an eating contest.
Oh, churro eating contest. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Cat's gonna
confirmed.
get wrapped in a burrito.
Mhm.
We're gonna make
wrapping
Cat a
up.
burrito.
Mhm.
There
Oh, a
may or
cat
may not
burrito.
be a goat in attendance.
Maybe. I
I'm-
don't know. Have we reached out to
Pretty
Lucy, the big game goat?
Pretty sure the goat's gonna be there, gang.
Okay.
I don't know if the goat's gonna be allowed in the building. Last time it pooped everywhere,
It did. That is confirmed.
but I'm
There's
pretty
no
sure.
carpet. It's fine.
I mean, so the point is, if you want
It is a
to
restaurant.
want to come see a goat at a restaurant tomorrow morning,
That can't be okay by the people who check the restaurant for
No, it's
They
fine.
weren't there.
No,
No,
they weren't
because
there.
because technically the restaurant doesn't open
Until 11.
Yeah, it's a private event.
Yeah.
thank you.
Our
Yeah,
listeners
thank you,
only.
Kat.
Tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m., K&B Bistro in Del Cerro. Be there, win a prize, and we can't wait to see you. So come on out.
Yeah, that's it. You pretty much nailed it. Great prizes, great drinks, great food. We'll
Great
be there.
hangs.
Awesome hang, and man nipples.
Coming up
most
next,
importantly.
Sammy Long's Lakers have been bounced. We'll talk about it and maybe talk about Sammy's hair routine. Next, San Diego Sports 760. Hey, it's Fletch for Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use promo code Fletch. Get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 entry. Prize Picks is my favorite app on my phone. It has been my companion through the professional basketball postseason, through every baseball game that happens here in San Diego, and then the fun events, right? The Saturday MMA events, the boxing events. Like we got a great one coming up this weekend. All of that is available to you on Prize Picks. All you got to do is pick more than or less than on at least 2 players for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash on Prize Picks. You create these lineups, you watch the games, you have fun while doing so. I also love the promotions, the Taco Tuesdays, the Flex Fridays. I have won over $4,000 on the free Prize Picks app since November of 2023. That's how long I've been working with them. Love the company, love the people that are running it, and they have about as much fun running the company as I have playing with their company. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code Fletch, and you're going to get that $50 bonus, and you can start running your game all season long on Prize Picks. San Diego Sports 760. It is the Fletch Zone. And hey, AM radio keeps vital voices accessible. You can help, but we need your help. So text Congress, text the number, or text AM to 52886 right now to support keeping AM radio in cars. Tell your member of Congress to pass legislation now and keep AM radio in cars. Standard message and data rates do apply. Always fun having the old crew back in here. Little chaotic, little fun. But Sammy, just got some breaking news. You want to know what it is?
What's the breaking news?
Breaking news is that both SDFC and San Diego Padres tickets will be given away at our party tomorrow. Must be in attendance to win. So along with the 55-inch TV, along with the Milwaukee Toolkit worth over $1,200, we are also going to be giving away tickets to SDFC and to the San Diego Padres. So make your way out to KMB Bistro tomorrow morning. Damn is right. We will be partying there tomorrow morning from 6 to 10 a.m. And we got this note on YouTube from Alicia. Will the full bar be open at KMB tomorrow or just the named adult beverages? I plan on coming. Alicia, thank you for coming. First of all, here's the deal. I know for a fact that they will be serving our specialty cocktails, which will be delicious. There are actually going to be some tequila brands in attendance making these cocktails. I do not know if the full bar is open, but I do know the bartender and he likes to make people happy. So, Alicia, I would feel safe knowing that probably yes. Rich McGuire says, I'm going to avoid going early to avoid traffic. That could be a mistake, drinking for 4 hours before work. No, Rich, that's a good thing. You want to be drinking 4 hours before work.
Yeah, it gets you a little bit looser on the job. Make sure, and then you can say those things to your coworkers that you always wanted to say, but you didn't really, have the guts to do.
By the way, if you're worried like, oh my God, my boss isn't going to let me go to this in the morning, DM me at Fletch Sports. Send me your boss's email. I will send your boss an email.
Well, they'll be writing actually parent slips tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
right.
And also like get out of school slips, just take it to your doctor so they know it's legit.
It's going to be a party, man. This is going to be a ton of fun. Some of the surprises that we have lined up for tomorrow are some can't miss things. We're trying to make this bigger and better than the big game tailgate. So if you came to the big game tailgate, expect that, but multiplied a little bit. Sammy's going to be there. I'll be there too. So it's going to be a party. All right, San Diego Sports 760. If you were listening to this station last night from around 7 o'clock to around, what time did that game wrap up, Sammy? 10, 15 or so?
Something like that.
It was a rough night for the Los Angeles Lakers, who sustained injuries early from Luka Doncic in the first half with about 2 or 3 minutes to go in the first half. Dante DiVincenzo with a hard, clean foul, playoff foul. But Luka Doncic tweaked his lower back and really wasn't walking right the rest of the game. And then later in the game, as the Lakers were making a little bit of a charge, a little bit of a comeback, LeBron goes down with an injury. Also, collision with Dante DiVincenzo, who it didn't look like that bad of a collision, but LeBron came up gimpy for sure. So the Lakers sustained 2 injuries to their 2 best players, and neither of them looked quite right after those injuries took place. Lakers lose. They're in Cancun, I believe, right now. They are having their first breakfast margarita of the day. Sammy, are you okay today?
Sucks, man.
Rudy Gobert just took it to you guys.
Well, that's what's frustrating is that there was so much wrong with last night, and wasn't even Anthony Edwards. It was a little bit of Julius Randle, but he was on the bench for a ton of the game. This is what, and you said before the series you were concerned about JJ Redick. I still love JJ Redick as a coach, but he had a really tough series. He didn't make the right adjustments, and I don't know that when you're seeing Rudy Gobert, a non-offensive player, they're running a high-low. For those of you who've never played basketball before, don't know what a high-low is. It's 2 players at the top. They were doubling Anthony Edwards. There was someone that flashed to the top of the key to the free throw line. Someone would sit down low. That would be Rudy Gobert, and there'd be a shooter in the corner. You learn it freshman year in high school. You pass at the opposite corner. You get an open look, and you hit it. And there was no adjustments made by the Lakers. Part of that is because the lack of size was killing them. And this team with the lack of size is probably not going to go win a title, but a first-round exit loss to Minnesota is embarrassing. And for JJ to not put Jackson Hayes in, I understand not starting him. I understand not giving him big minutes because he was awful the first 4 games. But when you see them literally getting bunnies, I mean, layups, dunks, no one can get a rebound. There were twice in the game that they had 4 offensive rebounds on a possession. I mean, how does that happen?
Rudy Gobert finishes with 27 points and 24 rebounds on the game. A ton of those on the offensive side.
He doesn't throw him in. I don't even know for a couple minutes to even eat up a few fouls, put Gobert at the free throw line because he can't hit anything. It was a bad night. It sucked. Austin Reeves couldn't get it going all series. Luka was hurt. I was disappointed with how they came out yesterday. I mean, the Rockets came out against the Warriors and looked like they were not ready to go home. And they came out ready to play and fired up. And we'll talk about that game later. Kind of surprising that Kerr pulled all the starters that early, but they took it to them. The Lakers came out flat. The second quarter, they got it back, so I'll give them credit there. They brought the energy the rest of the game. I don't understand, though, in a do-or-die game while you're that lackadaisical coming out. It's disappointing. It sucks. The Lakers need a big, and we're into the offseason now.
Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Lakers in 5.
Shut up. You're not Shannon Sharp.
No, that's what Anthony Edwards said walking out of the locker room last night.
Yeah,
No, I'm not Shannon Sharp for a lot of reasons. But last night was rough for the Lakers. It's tough when Rudy Gobert is the one that gets you. And actually something that Rich Ornberger and I were discussing off the air this morning, is any of this a little karmic retribution for the way that this season began with LeBron obviously nepotisming his child onto the Lakers?
That's stupid.
Think about it.
Nothing to deal with that.
You make the trade to bring Luka in. Luka's playing was averaging like 34 points in this series. Luka gets hurt in the first half. LeBron gets hurt in the second half.
Explain to me how them drafting Bronny has anything to do with the Lakers going out. He didn't play a single minute in the series.
It's karma.
Karma for getting his son drafted, who, by the way, lit up the G League and was decent at times when he got in action. That is irrelevant. That doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that the Lakers do not have a big. The Lakers do not have a big. And it came out and it came back to bite them. The role players did not step up. Austin Reeves, I was very disappointed. I thought Austin Reeves had to be the MVP of the series. The advantage that the Lakers had was that the third best on-ball defender, you were going to put Jaden McDaniels on Luka. That's going to be a tough matchup. Anthony Edwards on LeBron or switching whoever you want. That was going to be tough. Austin Reeves, this was his series to expose. The Lakers didn't have enough, and it's a shame that the bench was this bad.
Why don't we hit a quick big three here because we skipped that in the first segment. We got Coach Quintero coming up in about 8 minutes. So we're going to try to squeeze this big three into the next 3 minutes of radio. That's right. Now, Sammy, hit the button.
Your lunch break is here. Ready to go back to the office and knock the socks off your friends? I mean, coworkers? It's time for the top stories of the day. The Big Three.
By the way, on our rundown, I just saw this. Sammy put in the first segment, effing Lakers.
It's ridiculous, man.
Where are we starting today, Sammy?
This team, man. Drive me nuts. All right. Well, let's start with that game. Is Anthony Edwards on his way to being the face of the NBA?
If he keeps, look, it's not like Anthony Edwards even played that well in this series. He didn't even play that well last night. Like Rudy Gobert won that game for the Timberwolves, Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards wasn't that great in this series, but Anthony Edwards is a superstar. He has that superstar mentality. The way he walked out of the locker room and quoting all the different sportscasters who said Lakers in 5 this year. I kind of love Anthony Edwards. I love his attitude. He does not GAF. And it's fun watching his stardom kind of start to rise a little bit here. And hopefully we see a lot more of him in the playoffs this year. Hopefully he plays great in their next series.
Yeah, Edwards is fantastic. He's good for the NBA. He talks a lot, and it's fun. You either love Anthony Edwards or you hate him. And he certainly, there's been a lot of debate of who could it be. I think it's still Anthony Edwards is sending in that conversation. I still think Luka with some more help is up there with the face of the NBA. It's Anthony Edwards is a throwback type player. He plays great defense. You got to respect him.
No one can stay in front of him. I don't know if there's a player in the league that could guard him one-on-one.
No one can. And it's how good he is offensively. He made the most threes in the entire NBA this year. To be that good on the other end of the floor, again, throwback type player to Michael, guys like that who really got it done defensively. So got to shout out Anthony Edwards. Took down Kevin Durant last year, took down LeBron this year. Probably looking at the Warriors. We're going to get to them in a second, but we'll see. That series is still alive. Be interesting to see how far they go. I do think the Timberwolves, though, were just a really bad matchup for the Lakers. I don't know how far that they keep going against the Warriors. We'll see them.
Next.
Speaking of the Warriors, Steve Kerr pulls his starters, Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, early in that one, late third quarter against the Rockets. Rockets blow them out. Did you agree with him that early in the game when the game was still in doubt?
I did, because Steph is clearly hurt. He's clearly, that thumb is not right. And when he got hit in the second half there, it was, I agreed wholeheartedly with the decision. If I'm Steve Kerr, go win the thing back in your home arena where things are a little more favorable to you. Steph is clearly hurt. And when Steph's not on the court, the first 5 don't really flow together that well. So I'm fine with it. Get rested, get back to Chase Arena, go win the game there.
I feel it. I get it because of the age. This Warrior team is old. Draymond's 37, Steph's late 30s, Butler's late 30s. They can do some damage. You're playing with fire because now you better go win in 6, because the game, if it goes to a game 7, it's going back to Houston. And that's probably going to be a pick 'em. With it in Houston, you're thinking they probably get it done in Golden State. It was a little odd to see you kind of throw away a game. I understand that more if you're up 3-0 and is a game 4 in the other city and you're going, all right, well, let's just pack this in. We have 2 shots on our home floor to win it.
It is the second time they've done it in this series, and it worked well the first time.
It worked well the first time. But again, we're going to see how they respond. If they go out and win game 6, this doesn't matter. Smart, give them some
The two
rest.
games the Warriors have lost in this series, they've folded on them.
They folded. But the Rockets, you're giving them a lot of confidence. You're getting a lot of young players, a lot of stuff there. I don't know if that was the smartest decision. 3. Well, the Padres silenced critics after a 2-game sweep over the Giants.
We are going to ask Coach Quintera that exact same question. He's coming up next. The coach, the legend of San Diego and Southern California sports talk, is jumping on the air with us coming up next. I'm sure he'll have some thoughts on the Lakers too. Big Lakers fan coaches. That's next. San Diego Sports 760. And Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty, find them online, mountaintrustmortgage.com. Gary Cooper with us today. Gary, if you're like me or my wife, you spend hours scrolling endlessly on different housing websites and apps, trying to find out what the best option is for you. Are there any pitfalls when it comes to scrolling online for houses?
Well, there sure is. And we kind of discussed it when you and your wife were here at my office, and that is try to stay off of those websites because they're all trigger lead websites. You click on one and ask for more information, and you're going to get hammered. Your phone will blow up with all these realtors that aren't even associated with the property calling you to give you information and try to earn your business. The difference is that I have direct access to the MLS. I can set you up on your search. You can alter the search if you'd like to, but you're not getting your phone blown up with all these people trying to solicit you and give you, a riot of information.
We all get too many spam calls. I get them every single day. Call Gary Cooper today and avoid those for the rest of your life. 858-376-1299 or visit Gary online at mountaintrustmortgage.com. Gary Cooper cutting through the shell games, the smoke and mirrors, and making real estate a little bit easier for you. Call Gary Cooper today, 858-376-1299 or visit him online at mountaintrustmortgage.com.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. The Padres, after a 2-game sweep of the Giants, will be in Pittsburgh tomorrow night, taking on the 12-20 Pirates. Dylan Cease will be going for the Pods, while Mitch Keller will be going for the Pirates. The Padres are currently -150 favorites after opening at -135. And the Nuggets and the Clippers are back tonight. This one will be in LA. The Clippers are currently favored by 6.5. Denver leads the series after Jamal Murray heroics in Game 5. The total is set at 212.5. That game will get going at 7 o'clock. Get big summer flavor in every bite with the new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat Menu, featuring new mixing bowls, matchup, fan-voted s'mores, and more. For a limited time, right now at DQ, happy tastes good at participating locations.
San Diego Sports 760 here on a Thursday. Ben Fletcher, Sammy Long with you till 2 o'clock. John and Jim will take over then, and we've made a weekly habit out of this, and I got to tell you, I am having a lot of fun with it. Coach Quintera joining the show. Coach, how are we today?
Oh, Fletch, I'm doing great, man. What a gorgeous day in America's finest city. Hope everyone has an opportunity to get out and enjoy it a little bit.
Been stuck in the studio all day, Coach. I got to get out there. I'm taking the dog for a walk a little bit later, though. Cannot wait. Last night, rough night for Sammy Long. I think rough night for yourself as well. Lakers fans everywhere a little bit pissed off today.
Yeah, and with deservedly so. Very not only getting eliminated is one thing, but the way they got eliminated last night, for crying out loud, you got to play better basketball. You got to give a better effort than that. I mean, a lot of the things that the Lakers are going to have to deal with during the off season, they got to get size. That's number one. Number two, Luka Doncic got to get himself in better shape, and he's got to learn to play a little defense. I was just, and JJ Redick, I thought he did a fine job during the regular season. Well, you know what? He had a miserable playoff. I thought he did a deplorable job of game management, not using his bench at certain times. And, he can get all hot and bothered with that reporter before last night's game, but that team did not perform. Dalton Connect, their first-round draft pick, who they tried to trade, you can't tell me he couldn't help the Lakers in some way, shape, or form in that series. And he got about as much playing time as you, me, and Sammy. And then last night they were desperate and they brought Kleber in. Hell, he hadn't played since January, so I don't know what the hell they were doing up there.
Coach, there's reports today that LeBron's going to be back, pick up his player option for $53 million. Do you want him back at that number, or do you think it'd be better spent elsewhere?
Well, I think, you've kind of, cast your lot with LeBron, and I think you got to play it out now, Sammy. I thought maybe he would opt out and try to free some money up, to try to get some help in there. They got to figure a way to get a big body in there. I mean, that roster really got exposed towards the end of the year. Really, really disappointing. And quite frankly, being a longtime Lakers fan like you, totally unacceptable. I'm sorry. That was a totally unacceptable effort by the Lakers last night, really throughout the course of the series, and they've got to do better. And, this really, I think, you hired a rookie coach, and he's going to go through the struggles. I don't care how many years he played in the NBA. Coaching's a different animal. But this really kind of goes back to the general manager and the president of basketball operations, Rob Pelinka. He's got to put together a great roster. Yeah, he made the deal a number of years ago for Anthony Davis, and they won the tournament that year in the bubble. He got the deal for Luka Doncic basically because Dallas wanted to give him away. But he's got to put a better roster together. I'm sorry. And they just gave him a contract extension. Man, I'll tell you what, he'd be on the chopping block for me.
Coach Quintera joining us today on San Diego Sports 760. You can follow the coach at San Diego Sports Talk on YouTube. Give him a subscription there. He's going live a few times a week. Coach, these San Diego Padres, moving off the Lakers for a second, bounce back with two really nice wins over the Giants. You look at the last two games and you almost forget about the previous 11 before that. But the Padres, as soon as they get a rise back, all of a sudden the lineup has a little juice again. You like what you're seeing from the boys over the last 2 days?
Well, I like it, and I had to kind of chuckle. And none of us like to see the ball club struggle. They've lost 8 of 11. And, I'm reading on some of these message boards, well, A.J. Preller, he doesn't have a deep farm system, this and that. Well, we knew that, okay? That's why everybody picked the Dodgers, because they do have a deep farm system. They can bring guys up like Matt Sauer, who came up the other night and came out of the bullpen and threw 5 innings and got his first major league win. The Padres don't have a deep farm system, and I think that's already kind of played out early in this year when they brought guys up and they haven't performed at all. But the bottom line, they get Arise back. All of a sudden, he's swinging the bat well. Hopefully, Jackson Merrill will be back on Monday. Get him back in the lineup. But at the end of the day, they flat out outplayed the Giants. And I also think that this series was more important for the Padres than it was for the Giants. Padres needed to win those 2 home games against the Giants, and they gerrymandered the rotation a little bit to get, Pavetta and Michael King, who pitched, fantastic yesterday, into the rotation. And now they go on a 9-game road trip. And, I guess we could always, Fletch, as we always look at road trips. Well, if they can go 6-3, that'd be a good road trip. Well, you look at who they're playing. They're playing Pittsburgh 3 games. They got the Yankees for 3, and then they finish up with Colorado. I would certainly hope they would come back 6-3, but there's no guarantee they could come back 4-5. But you got to go into Pittsburgh, and you can't sweep until you win that first game. And they're going to miss Paul Skeens, which is a blessing. So have a good 6-3 road trip. Dodgers have a 10-game road trip, and they got to play some tough customers. So we'll see where these 2 teams are after their next road trips.
Coach, before the 2-game, win over the Giants, did you think that skid was more about just the injuries in the batting order, or is there a larger problem there that we should be worried about?
Well, Manny wasn't swinging it very well. I think Gavin Sheets had really done a good job. He was 1 for 19 going into the Giants series. Fernando was really, quite frankly, the only guy hit. Iglesias was getting a hit here and there, and beating out an infield hit, but you were getting nothing really from your 2 catchers. And in the first game of the Giants series, between Hayward coming back, Wade, and I think it was Diaz, they went 5 for 12 in that first game, and then yesterday Diaz got that home run. So starting to get a little more contributions from the 7, 8, 9 guys, and that's going to make it a little bit easier on the guys that are hitting at the top of the lineup. You turn that lineup over with the way Fernando's swinging the bat. And the thing really with this ball club, and we got to remember this, and it kind of plays out in the history of the Padres since Manny's been here. As good as Fernando's been a few of these seasons, and of course he's been in and out of the lineup because of injuries, when this team is really firing, it's when Manny's swinging the bat well. And Manny hadn't been swinging the bat all that well. At some point in time, whether it's on this road trip or in the middle of May, Manny Machado is going to get hot. And you're going to see this ball club, if they can stay fairly healthy, probably take off and go on a pretty good run, because Manny, he really is the leader of this ball club, not only on the field, but in the clubhouse, and he'll get going. Right now, he got 2 home runs. Elias Diaz has got 2 home runs. I think at the end of the year, Elias will probably have maybe 8 to 10, and Manny will probably have 25 to 30.
Hell, Xander Bogaerts got a homer finally. Fun to see. Coach, I don't know that there's a human being alive outside of you and Ernie Martinez who have probably watched more Padres baseball. But for the life of me, Coach, it's really been killing me over the last few years. Why do the Padres, I don't know if lie is the right word, withhold the truth when it comes to injuries? Remember this happened with Dinelson Lamet and Mike Clevenger a few years ago. Happens with you, Darvish, this offseason. It happened with Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth, Luis Ariz. Everyone's day-to-day until they're not. And then a month goes by and we still haven't seen the players. Why are the Padres like this?
Well, I don't know if it's just the Padres, Fletch. I think a lot of this, quite frankly, started in the National Football League, all the secrecy. Clubhouses now are nowhere near what they once were. You're not really able to develop your one-on-one, friendships with the ball players. The PR staffs pretty much try to make it very difficult for the most part to allow the media to talk to the players one-on-one without a media person standing there. And everything's just secretive. And, I don't know why it's gotten that way. I can only speak with guys I've worked with over the years. Kevin Towers. Kevin Towers was an open book. He was very honest up front. But everybody nowadays, and like I said, it's not just the Padres. It started a lot in the National Football League and a lot of other organizations. They've kind of gone that way with the injuries. And, that's why anytime, you hear a general manager or a manager talk, unless you know them and kind of know what their history is. You kind of take it with a grain of salt. And with the Padres, anytime they say, "Oh, it's day to day," it's like Matt Waldron. They at first they thought Matt Waldron was going to be out for a long period of time. Then they said, "Oh well, everything's going along," and now he's on the 60-day IL. I mean, I don't know how all of a sudden it got that much worse. If they were, trying to calm it down, and but we see it all the time. Man, guys, he's got a tight forearm, and well, he's working his way back, and next thing you know, they're telling us he's got Tommy John surgery. So, like I said, not just the Padres, a lot of organizations have gone that way, and I've always felt honesty is the best policy, but these organizations, everything's got to be top secret.
How would you, so after the Padres sweep the Giants, a small sample size, how would you power rank the top 4 in the NL West?
Well, Dodgers are number 1. I think the Padres are right there. I guess you'd have to throw the Giants in there just because they've gotten off to the good start. But I think when you look at Arizona is going to be there for the entire season. I think this is going to be an incredible race. I think teams they're going to kind of beat up on one another. This Giant ball club, I thought did not play real well in San Diego. I'd watched them the prior week, Sammy, a couple of games, and I was pretty impressed with them. But again, it's not always who you play; it's when you play them and who you're going against in their rotation. And the Padres beat Logan Webb the other night. He came in here with a 1.98 ERA, and he was 3-1, and they hit him pretty doggone good. Landon Roof's not a bad young pitcher, second year in the big league, so. Padres did what they needed to do. They played good, solid baseball. There were some great defensive plays yesterday, and they certainly earned those 2 wins, and hopefully they're enjoying that off day. I don't know how much you enjoy an off day in Pittsburgh, but at the end of the day, they're playing in one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of baseball the next 3 days at PNC Park, and hopefully they walk away with 3 W's.
Hopefully. All right, Coach. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it every single week. And hey, if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, Coach, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, my other show, broadcasting live down at KMB Bistro for 4 hours in the morning. If you want to come by, have a free breakfast burrito, some pizza, maybe a margarita or 2, and hang out with the boys for a little bit if you want.
Well, I would take you up on that, but tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is when I do my third and final podcast from about 9 to 10, but sure sounds like a good time. We got to schedule those one of these days on a Thursday, Fletch.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen, Coach. Appreciate
I'll
you.
Tell you what, you get a Thursday or a day I'm not doing the podcast, I'm definitely there.
Find that podcast, San Diego Sports Talk, on YouTube. Go listen to the Coach. Subscribe to his channel. You'll have a good time doing it. I promise you that. Coach, thank you.
Hey, Fletch, and make sure you get that dog out for a walk.
I'm going
on you.
Mission Trails. As soon as I get off the air here, I'm heading out there.
Coach, you're the best.
We'll talk to Coach next week.
Boys, have a good one.
Thank you, Coach. We'll talk to him next week. And on Thursday, Steve Hartman tomorrow, by the way. I love having these guys on the show. San Diego Sports 760, quick break. On the other side, Sammy's got some apologizing to do. And this time, it's not to you, it's to me. That's happening. Coming up next, it's San Diego Sports 760. Long shots next. I know no one cares, so I'm going to save it for the very end of the show today. But coming up at 1:45, I'm going to tell you about the best thing to ever happen to the world of golf. It's coming up this August. The best thing to ever happen in the world of golf, I'll tell you about at 1:45 today. I think it's going to be an absolute home run in August this year. I want to figure out how I can get tickets to this thing, how to get a media invitation. Maybe Sammy and I go broadcast live out there. It's in the Ozarks, which I believe are in like Missouri or something.
Yeah, it's in the middle of Missouri.
Yeah, so we should go. Middle of August.
I've been in the middle of the Ozarks. My grandparents used to live out there like literally 40 times. If it's in the fun part, cool.
It's in like one of the coolest golf courses in the world. It's that big Cedar Lodge or whatever it's called. It's one of the coolest golf courses on the planet. I'm telling you, 1:45 today, you're going to want to be interested in it. Not that there's anything in it for us really outside of just watching something cool, but it is the best thing to happen to the world of golf since Tiger Woods.
Wow.
Big statement, I know. All right, yesterday, Sammy, you gave me a lot of flack both on the air and on social media for me vetoing Michael King at 7 strikeouts. Michael King finishes the game with 6 strikeouts yesterday. Pitched very well. I thought he would.
Well, I still don't really know why you're not giving an apology.
Why would I?
Because if you were smart, you would have vetoed and put an under.
Oh, come on.
So I don't really understand why you're coming on here bragging. Everyone lost money. You took it out. Okay. But you could have given us the under and maybe we would have hit.
Yeah, but we didn't hit anyways. The rest of your lineup wasn't good.
I don't know why you got to be negative.
I'm not trying to be.
It's been a tough week on long shots.
It's been a brutal week, dude. Like 1 out of 5 yesterday.
It's been a brutal week in sports, actually, in Sammy Long's world. But listen, we're gonna get back on track. We got to.
Steph Curry did nothing yesterday. Jalen Green.
That's why I don't feel too bad about yesterday.
Corbin Burns, nothing.
Did I know that Steve Kerr was gonna pull his starters in the third quarter? No, I didn't know that. It's crazy, man. Steph Curry had what, 13 points?
13 or 15.
13. Okay. And then Fred VanVleet, I thought we were going to have a little regression.
He goes off for 26.
Yeah. Fred VanVleet's leading score in the first half. I'm like, I mean, what is going on?
He literally had the over by the time the first quarter came to a close yesterday.
Yeah, it was a tough night. I thought yesterday's games were going to go a little bit differently. I thought the Warriors were going to win and I thought the Lakers were going to win. So clearly I was wrong yesterday. But guess what? Every day's a new day.
Glad I only put $5 on yesterday's lineup.
We have a wow.
Didn't have enough faith.
Not giving a lot of faith.
No, none.
Man, again, if you had apologized, if you had gone under, we might have all been winners.
We might have been 2 for 6 instead of 1 for 5.
Keep bragging. I
mean, what are we doing here? Hey, you
By
know
the
what
way,
they say in baseball?
Last thing. He also said, "Oh, Corbin Burns over is going to hit. Throw that in there." I wasn't going to include Corbin Burns. He's like, "Got to throw it in there." It's a hot dog. That didn't hit either.
No, it didn't.
Fletch, I still think you should owe everyone an apology.
I'm sorry, everybody.
We don't really accept, but we appreciate the thought.
You know, in baseball, they say you're only as good as your next day's starting pitcher.
Yeah.
In long shots, you're only as good as your next day's picks. Yesterday's behind us. We move on. We charge forward.
It's in the past.
Into the war. Battle of the Bastards style. We're heading forward. There is a charge of horses coming right at us, and Sammy Long is standing there with one broadsword and nothing else. Completely nude. Sammy, hit the button.
Let's see. Underdogs? Nah, that's old. Those with a less than good chance of winning? Too wordy. Wait, got it. It's time for Sammy's long shots.
Wake up, go to work, put in a parlay, go to bed, or watch the parlay lose, go to bed. That's kind of the rotation we've been going on. Let's see if we can get a winner today, Sammy.
That's not instilling a lot of confidence.
Well, let's get a winner.
All right, this is a 4-leg NBA parlay.
There we go. I need to do 2.
Huh?
We might need to do 2.
2 players?
Sometimes you just need to see the ball go in the basket.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to do that, you can veto 2 of them. All right, so I have 4 picks. We have Detroit, New York, fun game tonight, and then we have the Clippers and Denver. So starting off, we're going to start with Detroit and New York. Cade Cunningham, more than 27.5 points. Cade Cunningham, I think the Pistons, this is going to go 7. The Pistons really should have won game 4. It's a lot like the Lakers when they fouled Luka. That one was even worse. Tim Hardaway got ran into by Josh Hart on the 3-point line. They were down 1 point. That would have been 3 free throws at home. They probably win the game.
I feel a lot better of this if it was like 24.5.
Well, that's why we get through the parlay and then you can veto. Okay. 27.5 more than. I think Cade Cunningham's a baller. He took over in the final stretch in game 5. Kind of had the feeling that game 5, the Knicks were just going to win it. The Knicks are tired. Tom Thibodeau, this is what he does. He plays 8 guys the entire season, gives them no help, no rest, and then they get to these late games and series and they're gassed. Cunningham's going to take advantage of the guards. Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson. I think they both have big nights, but Cade Cunningham bringing it back to Detroit. I think this goes 7. I think this is going back to New York. So Cade Cunningham more than 27.5 points.
Next.
On the other side, Josh Hart, 9.5 rebounds. They got to get gritty in this game. If they're going to win this game on the road, Josh Hart is the kind of guy that's going to have to step up. Usually when the Knicks have a big performance, Josh Hart, he brings the energy for this team. He brings the heart for this team. Literally, Josh Hart brings the heart.
Nice.
9.5 rebounds, more than. He hit the under in the last game, but games 3 and 4, he hit the over. I like a little positive regression here. 9.5 rebounds for Josh Hart. We're going more than. Now, on to the night game, Jamal Murray, Kawhi Leonard. Jamal Murray, 20.5 points less than. Jamal Murray, I think we could see a similar situation between the Clippers and the Nuggets is if the Nuggets are down in this game and the Clippers jump out because the Clippers need it. They're facing elimination tonight. Could we see Jamal Murray, Jokic get pulled in the fourth quarter, setting it up for a game 7 in Denver, knowing that you're going to need your 2 best players? If this game gets out of hand, I could see them resting. He had a huge night in game 5, giving them the 3-2 series lead. They're going to try to win this thing tonight, but at the end of the day, if Denver gets it on their home floor, I think so. Jamal Murray, less than 20.5 points. Kawhi Leonard, more than 24.5 points. We're going to get into this a little bit later in the show. This is a legacy game for Kawhi Leonard. This is a massive game for Kawhi. He needs to win this. This is in Los Angeles. You come out with the series, get a 2-1 lead, kind of feeling like, oh, maybe this is the Clippers' year. I mean, the Clippers could really do something. This is one of his last shots. I mean, the Clippers, I don't know how many times they can keep running this thing back. They have a super talented roster, one of the most talented starting fives, and pretty talented bench as well. He has to win this game. And Kawhi Leonard took 15 shots in the last game. He took 17 shots the game before. Kawhi Leonard needs to call for the ball. It should not be James Harden shooting. It should not be Norman Powell. Kawhi Leonard needs to be taking shots at the end of this game. I think he has a big night and gets it done, more than 24.5 points.
By the way, there's a 25% payout boost on a lineup today. You just have to go over to your promos tab on the Prize Picks app after you use promo code Fletch, get the $50 bonus. If you go to your promos tab, there's a 25% payout boost that you can use on this lineup, which is Cade Cunningham, more than 27.5 points. Josh Hart, more than 9.5 boards. Jamal Murray, less than 20.5 points. Kawhi Leonard, more than 24.5 points. Sammy, no vetoes. I love this.
No vetoes.
I love it.
I like it.
If this doesn't hit, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You don't know what you're going to do?
Because I love it.
Well, then we head into Friday with going for a winner for the weekend.
Yep. That is a full $20 send, pal. Because I got hashtag faith in Sammy.
We're so due. We're so due to get to hit one of these things.
By the way, 949 texts into the show today. It says, is Sammy going to be at KMB tomorrow? Before we answer that, 949, if he's not there, will you come? Or if he is there, will you come?
949.
Which way makes it to where 949 shows up at KMB Bistro? Because we'll make whatever way that is happen.
So I'm disinvited if 949. If 949 says I'm not coming if Sammy's there.
Bingo.
Well, guess what? It's a free country. I can show up for a drink in the morning and I'll be there.
All right. It's San Diego Sports 760. We got a full hour of this coming up next. Kawhi Leonard. What does this mean for him? We'll tell you what. Coming up next. San Diego Sports 760.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. The Padres be in Pittsburgh tomorrow for a 3-game set against the Pirates. That game will get going at 3:40. Dylan Cease will be on the mound for the Pods, where Mitch Keller will be going for the Pirates. The Padres are currently favored by -135. And fight night from Times Square Friday night, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez all made weight today, so all their bouts are a go. Ryan Garcia will be facing Rolando Romero. He is currently a -900 favorite to win. The fight is not expected to last very long. You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with the JBC 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink, because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon all the time is duh. For the best deal, got to be Wendy's. U.S. price of participation may vary.
It's hour number 2 here on a Thursday. Ben Fletcher, Sammy Long with you till 2 o'clock today. John and Jim will take over. Then we have a response from the 949. If you were listening in the last hour, 949 texted into the show, and you could text in the show anytime, 70470. Start your message with team. 949 said in the last hour, is Sammy going to be at KMB Bistro tomorrow? I said, well, if Sammy is going to be there, does that make you want to come less, or does that want to make you come more? And 949 says, I am going, and he better be there.
Shout out to the 949.
Sammy, you're coming, and you're going to hang out with 949.
I already said I'm coming.
Well, now you're definitely coming.
I mean, if you think I'm getting there at 6 a.m., you're crazy.
What?
That's nuts.
You can't wake up one time?
I'm not. There's no shot I'll be there at 6 a.m.
99% of your days in your life, you get to sleep in past 6 a.m.
First
one
off,
day.
we have to hit the gym. Okay. We got to get a little gym session in, and then we will make our way down there. And maybe there'll be some drink spot for people. I don't know. I just don't know how many bosses are going to be there. I don't know who's all going to be there.
All the bosses are going to be there.
See, that's a little bit of a bummer. You know what I mean? Oh, but love all the bosses if they're listening right now. Hopefully I'm not fired for tomorrow. But, you know, it's a little like, you know, the party, but there's also a babysitter.
I mean, the babysitters might also get drunk, is all I'm saying.
If the babysitters are drunk, maybe it's okay for the kids to get drunk.
It's San Diego Sports 760. If you missed it, Big Rich, TD and Fletch, and Cat Fisher, we were all in here at the very beginning of today's show talking about our party that we're throwing tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m., KMB Bistro in Del Cerro. If you haven't been, it's an awesome spot. It is, I call it the Hogwarts of liquor, because they have 25-foot ceilings and floor to ceiling stacked with booze.
Are you the Hermione of Big Rich, TD and Fletch?
I like to think of myself as the Hagrid, the moral compass.
No, Travis is Ron.
100%.
I don't know if Rich is Harry.
No, Rich is like Sirius Black, dude.
Sirius Black.
I'm the creepy dude that turns into the werewolf, Uncle Remus.
Oh,
whatever that guy's name is.
Uncle Remus has hair though.
Cat's for sure Beatrice. Beatrice looks strange.
Oh yeah, when she's
Did you say Uncle Remus has hair though?
Yeah.
God, you're a real jerk, Sammy.
I'm just saying, if we're casting and you showed up for Uncle Remus, they'd be like, "Excuse me, sir, get the hell out of here. We're gonna have to put one of those caps on you."
I don't know that there's bald dudes in Harry Potter. Hollywood, very
rude to bald people.
Very baldest in Hollywood out there.
Is that a term, baldest?
It is now coined, marked, delivered
from the Fletch Zone.
But please do come out. There's going to be plenty of free food. Breakfast burritos from Sombreros, pizza from Del Cerro Pizza, and beer. There's going to be tons of giveaways, and I mean tons. We're giving away Padres tickets on the air tomorrow. But you got to be in person to win them. We're giving away SDFC tickets on the air tomorrow. You got to be there in person. We're giving away a 55-inch TV. We are also giving away a $1,200 set of Milwaukee tools. All of that is going to be given away between the hours of 6 and 10 a.m. tomorrow at KMB Bistro in Del Cerro. All you need is a raffle ticket, and actually, for the 55-inch TV, guess how they win, Sammy? You're going to love this.
How do they win?
It's a piñata. Whoever breaks the piñata wins the 55-inch TV.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be fun.
Did you pick out the piñata?
I did. It actually has our faces on it.
Oh, please let me get a swing at that thing.
It's not a swing piñata, though. It's a pole piñata.
That's a little disappointing.
It's a little, but it's a liability thing. And 949 now is saying Voldemort is bald. So I guess I'm the Voldemort, or AKA he who must not be named.
Yes, you are Voldemort.
Well, I'm the bad guy? Misunderstood.
Fletch is Neville. 949 says Fletch is Neville. Some really good text about what Harry Potter character would we be? 70470. Sorry, match with
None
team.
of us are even British. There's no Americans in Harry Potter.
Oh wait, no, she's not. Never mind. All right.
There's 0 American characters in Harry Potter.
Is that a thing? I never even thought about that before.
Maybe we need to do. Maybe HBO's version of Harry Potter needs to just be based right here in America. All right, it's San Diego Sports 760, hour number 2, chugging along. We'll get back to the Padres here in a little bit. I thought Coach Quintero had some interesting stuff just about the state of Major League Baseball and how we've gotten away from, I don't know, telling the truth to our fans who pack Petco Park every single day, every single school night that the Padres are in town. There's 45,000 people losing their minds at Petco Park, but yeah, we can lie to them. It's all right. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's talk about Kawhi Leonard. Or do you want to hit a big three first?
Let's hit a big three.
Let's do that. It's hour number 2. Every single hour, Sammy Long takes you through the top stories in the world of sports. And Sammy Long is Luna Lovegood is the best text this show has ever gotten. And it's not even close.
I'm Luna Lovegood. Hey, Luna was high. I'll take Luna.
No, Sammy hit the button.
Your lunch break is here. Ready to go back to the office and knock the socks off your friends? I mean, coworkers? It's time for the top stories of the day. The Big Three.
What are those things called that only Harry and Luna can see?
Oh, the
Dead horses.
what are those? The
nargals? Is that what it is?
the wildebeest?
No. But that scene
That
where
is a
she
good
goes
text.
up to
I
Harry,
can't
it's
even.
like,
Sammy is Luna.
I see them
949.
too.
Shout out to Luna though. Honestly though, if Luna doesn't get after it, are they really alive? If you think about it.
No, they're not.
Shout out to Luna Lovegood. Not enough love for her on the Harry Potter set.
And Rich on YouTube says Fletch is Dobby. Dobby the house elf. No, my dog Brock
And
is Dobby.
gets stabbed.
Dude, I just need a sock. Make me free, baby. Sammy, where we start with hour number 2?
Okay. All right. Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers and the Nuggets, game 6 going on tonight in Los Angeles. How big of a deal is this for Kawhi Leonard? What does a loss mean? What does a win mean?
I do think the majority of Kawhi's legacy is already set. If he wants to take himself to the next level, a third championship with a third team while he is the centerpiece, which he absolutely is. And even on that Spurs team, man, I know Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan were all on that team. Kawhi was the centerpiece, at least of the finals. Kawhi was without a doubt the centerpiece of the Toronto Raptors team that he took to the finals. And Kawhi Leonard is without a doubt the centerpiece of this Clippers team. I get it. Powell is great. He's been scoring like a madman, but this is Kawhi's team, man. A third championship with a new team puts Kawhi in a league of his own.
And with Kawhi, it's right. He's had the 2 titles, and people, the narrative around Kawhi Leonard got so high after the Raptors, and rightfully so. He had the crazy shot in Philly where it like bounced 3 times, put on a show against the Warriors, even though the Warriors were pretty injured. And people have tried to put Kawhi Leonard at an all-time great status. And I'm not saying that he isn't, but he has come up short, and whether that be because of injuries or just him in big games. This is the best shot that they have. The Clippers need to win this game. I mean, at some point, how many times can you keep running this back? Kawhi Leonard is only getting older. There's no chance that you're thinking that you're going to get back. This Clippers team is better than the Nuggets, 1 through 10. They need to show out tonight. They better force us to a game 7. And it cannot be because Kawhi Leonard is not taking enough shots.
I don't know how I'm supposed to do this sports show with the text line sitting stuff like the 615 just sent in, dude.
70470 start message with team. What Harry Potter character is the whole station?
All right,
lots are rolling in right
615 says, I don't know who you guys would be, but for sure Jim Russell would be Harry, and then a word we can't say. It's genius. 615.
There's some fantastic text.
It's the perfect text. It's perfect.
It's some
keep them coming. 70470. Start your message with team. Sammy,
okay.
What's next?
Okay. Game. So Pistons up 3-2 in the series, or excuse me, the Knicks are up 3-2 in the series over the Knicks. Houston stays alive. Warriors are up 3-2. What would be a more embarrassing loss, the Warriors or the Knicks to lose the first round series?
Okay, before the series, I would have said Knicks. I would have said Knicks going into everything. But at this point, Warriors would be more embarrassing because you feel like the Warriors, the 2 games they lost in this series were 2 games they kind of gift wrapped and handed over to the Houston Rockets. They were never trying in game 2. Like that was pretty clear from the get. And then in game, what would this have been? Game 5, they sort of just gift wrapped it in the second half. They said, you know what? This isn't starting out our way. You guys got it the rest of the way. Go ahead. So the Warriors should absolutely win the series. It would be super embarrassing for them. The Pistons have played some damn good basketball. The Pistons are a fun, freaking young team. A little bit of the throwback basketball you were talking about with Anthony Edwards. That feels like what the Pistons are, man. I have a lot of fun watching the Pistons. I don't think it'd be embarrassing at all for the Knicks if they lost to the Pistons.
I'm going to go. It'd be embarrassing both. I'm going to go with the Knicks, though, because of this. They went all in on this roster. You traded 4 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. You went in to try to get – this is the roster that you have. And there's not really a lot of ability for them unless they make wholesale changes and trade a star. You go get Karl-Anthony Towns. You give DiVincenzo and Randall to the Timberwolves, who played, especially Julius Randle, really well against the Lakers. This is a series that you have to win. You have to win. You should have lost game 4. You should be down 3-2. The NBA, the missed call has really helped you out. They need to win this series. I think Tom Thibodeau is out. I mean, same for the Warriors. This is bad because of how old they are.
Dude, Thibodeau's looking rough these days.
Yeah, Thibodeau, we need to get on that treadmill.
It's like he drank a rapid aging serum, not an anti-aging serum.
That's what he does to his players. He just runs them out.
It's like 3 years ago, he wasn't a bad looking dude. All of a sudden, Thibodeau looks like he's on the verge of death's door. I feel bad for him.
Poor Tom Thibodeau.
He's not listening.
Okay. And then right in the NFL, our third story. NFL finds Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich over Shedeur Sanders' prank call from his son.
Worth it.
Should a fine be enough, or should there be more punishment?
What's the more punishment? Him getting fired?
That's for you to decide.
There's people calling for it, and rightfully so. Look, it's an F up. That's exactly what that is. If you're a coach and your kid hacks into your iPad or gets into your contact list and finds the Shedeur Sanders phone number that was only for teams who were going to draft him, that's what that phone. It was set up a private line that was distinct from his actual phone number for draft day for him to have on his body. The kid got it. It's a great prank from the kid. Jeff Ulbrich, this is absolutely in the fireable area. No one would blame the Falcons if they do. I think that's a little harsh. I think it's a funny joke, but I think the way Shedeur took the joke is what's going to lead to Jeff Ulbrich keeping his job. Like if Shedeur got pissed about it, and if Shedeur made this a bigger
we're hearing
problem,
about this happened to Carter. This happened to like 10 different prospects.
It happened to Baker Mayfield during his draft, but it was one of Baker's friends who did it, which is an effed up thing to do as a friend. But it's like, as you kind of look through all this, it's a funny joke, man.
No, it's funny. I don't think that you guys should be fired. I feel bad
His
for
kid
him.
should have to pay the whole fine.
Yes. First off, I can't imagine what Thanksgiving dinner is going to be like.
If you're going to teepee someone's house, you got to be prepared to get the phone call the next day that you got to go clean up the teepee.
Well, it'd be $250,000.
It's a lot of toilet paper.
I mean, the Falcons got fined that. I mean, I was listening.
It's $350 actually, because the Falcons got fined $250. Ulbrich got fined $100.
Right, and the Falcons can afford it. They're going to have a fund of money that's ready for fines. But it's crazy that this happened. I think we're going to see. I mean, it happened to everyone. It was funny in the moment, but I mean, this is if he is not a great defensive coordinator for the Falcons, if that defense is not on point, that dude is getting fired like that. And they has his son to thank for that. So that Ole Miss scholarship that he had might not be lasting too long.
Jeff Ulbrich, the Lucius Malfoy of the Atlanta Falcons.
Lucius Malfoy. We have texts rolling in right now.
We'll get to him on the other side. I'm going to start laughing my ass off if I read any more of these. So we're going to take a quick break here on San Diego Sports 760. We'll get back to the Padres, back to the text line coming up next. 70470. Start your message with team. If you got thoughts about the Padres, they got the day off today. Tons of days off lately for the Padres, which is a good thing when you got a team who has everybody hurt. Text us 70470. Start your message with team. We will be right back after these messages. Believe it or not, the Ron Beasley of iHeart San Diego just walked into the studio to talk to me some more. Travis Dale himself. Hey, it's San Diego Sports 760. We got 13 chances every single day for you to win $1,000 every weekday with the bonus bucks giveaway every hour from 6 a.m. through 6 p.m. Listen for the keyword, then enter it at sportssd.com. Your next chance coming up to win at 2:00 today. Padres, nice couple wins over the Giants over the last couple of days. Good to see Luis Arraez back in the lineup. Good to see Manny Machado making contact with the baseball again. Good to see the boys putting runs on the board. They had 7 2 days ago. What'd they end up with yesterday? 5? Yeah, they won yesterday 5-3. So 7-4, 5-3 against the San Francisco Giants after going weeks of putting up maybe a total of 12 runs, and they do that over the last 2 days. Good to see from the Padres, a little bit of life coming back to the offense. Huge road trip coming up. What is this, a 9-game road trip where they go to Pittsburgh, they go to New York, and then they finish up in Colorado. It's a big 9-game stretch for them because for this Padres team who's been really, really good at Petco Park outside of a 3-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays, they've really struggled on the road so far this season. It would be good to see that trend switching in the opposite direction. Hopefully Jackson Merrill's coming back. I think the latest thing I saw was he'd be back for the New York series, most likely, from Kevin Acee.
What it's looking like.
So hopefully things start going in the right direction and they can win some games on the road. This is not an easy road trip, by the way. I know we were talking to Coach a little bit earlier, and he was saying, look, yeah, I mean, you go 6-3 on this road trip, kind of everything's forgotten. Pittsburgh is one of the coolest ballparks in the country, but it's not like the Padres have had a ton of success there. Colorado,
The ball
Padres
flies out of that thing too.
Padres have no success in Colorado. Doesn't matter how bad the Rockies are, how good the Padres are in Colorado.
Can you believe they have 5 wins on the season?
That's it.
They have 5 wins.
Are you saying, can I believe that they don't have more than that?
No, I'm just, it's
5 wins
that's
sounds
kind of
about
hard to do from a baseball team.
I saw that
5 wins
play
through
at
a month of
Petco
the
Park.
season.
And as anemic as the Padres offense was over the last 11 games before the last 2, the Rockies offense is god awful.
Yeah. So, but to your point about that, I do think that the road trip, this is crucial to start it out because the Yankees going to be a tough series.
And at Yankee Stadium, where their lineup is designed for their ball field with the short porch out and right.
Stanton just went on the IL, so that's a big hit to their lineup. But again,
Judge hits a pop fly. That's a fly ball at any other ballpark.
That's a discussion for another day.
It's a home run.
Like Aaron Judge is a great player. He is. But like, it's hard to me when people go, he's the best hitter in baseball and stuff, when it's like, if he didn't play how many home runs does he get to the short porch?
If he played at Petco Park, he would have in the season where he hit 60, right? He hit 60 or was
60,
it?
yeah.
In the season where he hit 60, if he's playing at Petco Park, I bet you he has less than 50.
Oh yeah. They did a thing of like 20 of them were to the short porch. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But on another subject, yes, it's important that they come out. Pittsburgh, 858 saying it right now. Pittsburgh is not necessarily a rollover team. I totally agree. Now are going to avoid Paul Skeens, so that's big for the Padres. You don't have to face him, even though it would be fun to kind of see the Padres go up against the best. But in terms of getting a win, it's nice that Skeens isn't pitching. They avoid him. Got to come out with this road trip. I'm interested to see though how the bullpen continues because the bullpen was sub 1.5 ERA, lights out, still been lights out there. I think they're hanging around like 1.66 right now. Struggled a little bit over the last couple of days. So, I mean, heading this game yesterday, you have Suarez, who has money. Adam gave up a run. Estrada gave up a run. Same thing the other day. So I don't know. It's like, is this going to continue? And that was at home too. When the Padres were on the road trip and the bullpen was struggling a little bit, I kind of put it up to the bats and the fact that they think they had to be so perfect to win the game. I'm not really concerned about the bullpen as a whole, but I'm interested to see after this road trip, does the bullpen kind of keep trending downward a little bit? And hopefully the bats are there, they can overcome that, or is it just kind of a small thing? And with a rise and some of the health of the lineup back in Merrill and New York, they can get it back together.
I would like to see this team have a successful road trip. And what does that number mean to you? For me, it's around 500. You're not getting swept by anyone. You're staying in every series. You take 2 of these series. I am a happy camper when you make your way back to Petco Park. The series I'm acceptable with losing is in New York against the Yankees because it's a weird ballpark. Look, you're playing 3 weird ballparks. That's the truth of the matter when you're on the road in Pittsburgh, New York, and Colorado. 3 weird ballparks that you got to kind of take advantage of where you can. Rockies, terrible baseball team. Bottom of the barrel. For whatever reason, Padres have played a lot of Rockies teams who have been terrible. At Coors Field, it's a different story. That's just how it goes. There might be a game where it's 17-15. There might be a game where it's 2-0. You can never really tell with Coors Field. It's whack. All right, to the text line we go because Padres have the day off today. 615 says, I don't know who you guys would be, but Jim Russell would for sure be Harry Blank. Can't read the last word of that. Great text, 615. 858. This is the first time anyone or team has been fined for prank caller calling a player during the draft. There were 5 players prank called this year during the draft. Why are we only talking about the one? Is Shador really this much of an attention whore? This is a red flag right away that he won't work out in the NFL. I would push back on this 858 just out of the fact that Shador Sanders isn't the one who's calling for the fine. It was a defensive coordinator's kid who made the prank call. Like, you got to kind of clean up your house. So the Falcons, I'm sure, as soon as this happened, were assuming that they were going to get fined.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but to be fair to Shador, he did handle it well.
I thought he handled it as well as you possibly could.
They were live, and he didn't seem that affected by it. Those around him seemed affected. I understand what you're saying, that it kind of ties back into people who are frustrated during the draft.
Now, he was streaming live on his own Twitch channel, right?
Yeah.
Was it Twitch or YouTube?
Hey, you got to get those views
during his NFL draft. That's a little weird. Baby. That's a little attention whory. I get that.
Yeah.
619. Tom Thibodeau always looks like he has severe hemorrhoids. See, Sammy, I'm not the only one.
I'm not saying.
Dude, Tibbs is looking rough. Tibbs, I'd love to have you at the KMB Bistro tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m.
He's in Detroit right now. I don't think he's going to make it tomorrow morning.
949. Big Rich is Dumbledore. TD is Professor McGonagall. Fletch is Neville. Sammy is Luna. You happy with that?
I'm happy with it. It's funny. I'm surprised I didn't get
Neville freaking Longbottom. Bottom.
They used to call me Sammy Longbottom when because Harry Potter was big when I was growing up. So I always got Neville because my last name was long. Kind of stupid, but I thought, yeah. I like Luna though. That's kind of a new look for us.
Luna Lovegood.
I need to come in with one of those. What was that little flower kind of outfit she had on?
A sundress? I don't know.
Come in with the
sundresses are great. Sammy, don't you dare ruin sundresses for me. I will send you on a lap around this building so fast you can't blink.
What if I show up to KMB tomorrow in a sundress?
It'd probably be more clothing than I'm wearing tomorrow. The outfit's a little embarrassing.
What?
Yeah.
You want people to come to this thing.
949. TD is Mad Eye Moody. He does look like Mad Eye Moody. He's got a similar look.
If he had one of those little eyeglass things, he might be able to be Mad Eye.
I love that actor, by the way. The dude that plays Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah.
He has this movie called In Bruges with Colin Farrell. Such a good flick. 747. Are we still talking about prank calls? Calling for people to get fired. Bart Simpson is laughing his ass off. Hey, Mo, have you seen more butts? Personally, it shows how weak Shador and the Sanders family are. I don't think that's true. Shador took it.
Again, it wasn't really Shador's fault. If you want to be upset at the media for making this, again, going back to the draft process, I understand people are frustrated that there weren't enough prospects talked about because so much was made of the fact that Shador was falling. There's a fair point to that. In the first round, it felt like a lot of the coverage is about Shador not being picked versus the guys who were picked.
Not a lot of the coverage. It was 100% of Mel Kiper's coverage of the first round of the draft.
And I understand people frustrated with that. But to Shador's credit, you may not like Shador. I get it. But he did handle it well. I mean, we've heard more about Abdul Carter got called when the Jags were up. They thought he was going to go there. A couple other, I think Tyler Warren got called too. 619 said Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs. 62, not 60. That's right.
62 is a lot of home runs. Seriously, if he played anywhere else other than New York, what's that number at? I'm saying 48.
Yeah. What? Oh, 747. 747's excited for tomorrow.
I heard it's a nipple day tomorrow. It is indeed 747.
Rich was way too invested in that earlier.
Riches are going to be out for sure at a certain point. Look, he just went viral for his the other day.
On what?
1.4 million views on TikTok.
How does his wife feel about that?
Great. She does not consume a single piece of work we do. Neither does my wife. That's probably the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting thing tomorrow. I'm curious to see when I get there, when I roll in, how it's what the three of you gonna look like. I didn't realize Kat didn't drink.
Tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m. KMB Bistro in Del Cerro. Tons of prizes to give away, including Padres tickets, including SDFC tickets, including a 55-inch TV. I call those the backyard TVs. Including a $1,200 tool set from Milwaukee, 7-tool combo kit. It's going to be badass, man. Can't wait for it. Hope you can all come out. Bring whoever you want. We're trying to fill this place up. It's a successful day if 911 gets called. San Diego Sports 760, quick break. When we come back, trending with Sammy. He's going to give you an update on the world of sports and some pretty big boxing matches happening this weekend. We're going to talk about them. That's next. San Diego Sports 760.
This sport is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. The Padres will be in Pittsburgh this weekend, taking on the Pirates. That game will be going at 3:40 tomorrow. Mitch Keller will be going for the Pirates, while Dylan Cease will be going for the Pods. Padres open as -150 favorites and are currently -150 favorites with the run line set at 7.5. And tonight in the NBA, the Pistons will be trying to extend the series to Game 7 in New York. This one will be in Detroit tonight, starting at 4:30. The Pistons are currently favored by 1.5, with the points all set at 214.5. And in the night game, the Nuggets will be in LA taking on the Clippers. Clippers looking to keep their series alive, force it back to Denver in a Game 7. Clippers are favored by 6.5, with the point total set at 212.5. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
San Diego Sports 760. Thank you for being here. My name is Ben Fletcher. That's Sammy Long. We're with you until 2 o'clock today. If you're just trying us out for the first time, we appreciate it. Hopefully you stay for a while, kick off the shoes, pull up a chair, grab a glass of whiskey, and enjoy the show. Sammy and I do things a little bit differently. We talk a ton of local sports here in San Diego. That is primary focus numero uno, which is why we'll spend a ton of time on Kawhi Leonard, who's going to be playing in the postseason a little bit later tonight. During Aztecs football and basketball season, we are all over it. During Padres season, we are all over the Pods. However, the Pods have the day off today. This show also cares about gambling. We care a lot about the fighting world. Tons of UFC matchups that we talk about on a regular basis. And this weekend is the rare, fantastic weekend in the world of boxing, because the most popular boxer in the world for people Sammy's age and younger, Ryan Garcia, is fighting this weekend in Madison Square Garden. The most popular fighter in the world for people my age and older, Canelo Alvarez, is going to be fighting this weekend out in Saudi Arabia, right? This is one of the international fights.
Yeah, he's fighting William Skull with a shot to showdown against Terrence Crawford in September.
So Friday, tomorrow, is going to be the Ryan Garcia fight. I don't know who's this guy that he's fighting against.
Rolly Romero. He lost to Tank Davis. He's got a big mouth. He's got a lot of power. This fight should not go very long. It's in the middle of Times Square. This is unique about this card. First ever, they literally have the ring in the center of it. It's kind of going to be like the New Year's Eve ball drop. It's like there's going to be a huge crowd there. He's fighting Rolly Romero, who's been in some really good fights, former champion, but this one should be fun. It should not last very long.
Now, I have not purchased the DAZN fights in the past. How much do those go for?
They have a package right now. I think it's like $60 for both the Canelo and the Garcia card. Because on the Garcia card, Haney's fighting Jose Ramirez and Teofimo's fighting Arnold Barboza Jr.
$60 for both?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty easy, dude. Because I'll spend $80 on a UFC card.
Yeah, so that's part of the thing is they're trying to make it more affordable, because it's tough with boxing and UFC. It's like I want to watch all the fights, but sometimes it's like I don't know if I want to spend $80 for a UFC card on Saturday night.
Boxing for a while had that window, and everybody was fine paying for all the pay-per-views because it was your guy. If you were a huge Canelo fan, well, he's fighting once and at the most twice in a year. At the most twice in a year, and so you would pay the $80 or whatever for the headline fight. With the UFC, dude, you're paying $80 every couple of weeks if you want to watch the UFC on a regular basis, or you figure out other ways to watch it like Sammy does. But when we're talking about this weekend, I actually think it's a really cool option for fight fans. And this is two really great events. This is not the Jake Pauls of the world. These are real boxers. You can tell Ryan Garcia whatever you want about his YouTube, about his kind of media persona. Dude's a legit fighter. So when you say this fight's not going to last very long, is that because Ryan Garcia is going to knock his ass out, or is that the other way around?
Well, there's both can crack. So Garcia's got a signature left hook. He was at the SDFC match, so he trains in San Diego.
So we're basically best friends with him.
Basically best.
We
friends.
were there too.
We were there, so we kind of connected. He's got a signature left hook. Now this is coming after the Haney fight, which was turned to a no decision, but he kept flooring Devin Haney the entire time, knocked him down 3 times officially, 6 times on the night, but some of them were ruled slips. So Haney will be the second on the card, and Teofimo will be fighting Barboza on the first of the night. This is all in the lightweight division, so they're probably all will match up again. If Haney and Garcia win, they will fight in a rematch in September. This one's going to be fun, though. Rolly had some moments against Tank, but Tank just caught him, walked him into a shot. Rolly's a really awkward fighter, but he's got a lot of power, so kind of punches from weird angles. The thing is Rolly does not have very good defense, so he's going to drop his left hand, which is going to be very susceptible to the Ryan Garcia left. I think this fight goes under 6.5 rounds. Garcia is a 9-1 favorite, so there's not much betting that you can get there unless you want to add him into parlays. But under 6.5 rounds, you could even take a flyer on under 4.5. I don't think this fight lasts very long. Both guys don't have a ton of defense. Garcia has more, and he's got lightning hands. He's sober for this fight, which he wasn't really for the Haney fight by his own admission. I think this is going to be
like he
fast.
was drunk in the ring.
He said he drank every day in training camp against the Haney fight.
Seems like a good strategy.
And he still won. So shout out to him.
And then on Saturday, the title fight, Canelo Alvarez, William Skull, 12 rounds out in Saudi Arabia. Sammy, you got any analysis on this one for us?
He'll probably take him out.
Canelo will.
This fight's setting up Crawford in Vegas in September, where Crawford will move up 2 weight classes to 168 to try to fight Canelo. Skull's there. He's kind of a hardcore boxing fan. People know he is. A little bit tricky, but Canelo probably takes him out later in the fight. But this one, it should be a fun boxing weekend, and the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and OUA, is also fighting on Sunday in Vegas as well. So should be a fun one. I think if you want some betting stuff, Haney going to decision in the second fight is there. He's just going to try to win to set up the big money against Garcia. But the Teofimo and Barboza one's going to be really fun because Teofimo and these guys hate each other. But I think Teofimo will find some cracks and lands a couple uppercuts and gets him out of there.
Just looking ahead at the schedule, there's a big boxing match coming to San Diego on May 10th.
I am going to that. Oh. I asked our promotion guy. I'm trying to get some tickets to give out on there. We're trying to figure it out.
What the hell do you mean you're going to that?
I'm buying tickets. All my boys, if you would like to come, Emmanuel Navarrete's fighting. He's a great fighter, not a lot of defense. Maybe we should try to get him on the show next week, actually.
I think Sammy's over here like,
Suarez.
yeah, thank you for inviting me to the SDFC game and all these things. But yeah, I'm going to this boxing match.
You didn't invite me to the SDFC game.
I absolutely did.
No, you got handed tickets and said, do you want to go? There's a very different thing there. If you would like to go to the fight, all our listeners, obviously, would love to see you there. Dude, I've never been to. It's the one event I've never been to. I've never been to a fight. Never been to boxing, UFC. I've always wanted to go. I've been to March Madnesses and games, MLB games. Got to get it done.
I'll be honest, I'm a little hurt. 10% hurt.
Well, do you want to buy tickets right now? We'll go. We'll be ringside.
Maybe. Is it on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe. Viva Padre says, didn't know it was outdoors, literally at Times Square. That is cool. That is cool that we're seeing some innovation in the world of boxing. Ryan Garcia, if you missed it, if you're just joining us, Ryan Garcia is going to be boxing literally outside at Times Square. They're building the ring for the boxing match, dead center Times Square. I wonder how much that cost for them to get that.
They shut down all of Times Square for it because they're like building bleachers up like they do on New Year's Eve. They're building bleachers out to watch this thing. So it's going to be a spectacle. It'd be crazy. Some of the fights in the 70s, we saw like rain and stuff. It's supposed to be clear skies. Hopefully that doesn't really affect the outcome of any fights. But could you imagine we got a little rain outside? That would be fun for Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we see how well that works in basketball when they try to do basketball games on the midway.
Yeah.
Remember that San Diego State season?
Yeah, and then
that team was so
ACLs
stacked.
are popping left and right.
That team was so stacked, but they had a loss on their schedule against UC San Diego because they did it on the midway, and it was outside, wind blowing everywhere. It wasn't basketball. I don't even know what you call it, but they did it a few years later with North Carolina and Syracuse. I
never even thought about that. Like, imagine missing shots because the wind picks up. Like it's like you're outside, like playing pickup.
It looks really good on TV. That's about it.
I'll tell you what's cool outside. Have you seen the NHL when they do
badass.
The outside? Like they did one up in Big Bear, I believe, right on the lake. That is cool. And when they play in the arena, but like hockey, it doesn't really matter if it's raining or not.
Yeah, you're just fighting people anyways. All right, San Diego Sports 760. I teased this a little bit earlier in the show. I'm going to tell you what it is coming up in about 5 minutes. The best thing to happen to golf since Tiger Woods, and I know that sounds a little crazy, but I'm dead serious about it, is coming up this year in August. I'll tell you what it is, explain kind of the backstory to it. And maybe, I got to figure out a way to go to this. Maybe we can send some video of this to the people who are putting this on and try to get Sammy and I out there. But this is innovation, man. I think this is really freaking cool. It's going to be a home run for the world of golf and it has nothing to do with the PGA Tour or LIV. This is a 100% ground up type of thing. And I'll tell you what it is coming up next. San Diego Sports 760. Download the Prize Picks app today. Hey, it's Fletch for Prize Picks. You can use promo code Fletch when you download the app. Get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 entry. We got a lineup going today here on the Fletch Zone. Sammy Long and I put this one together a little bit earlier. Cade Cunningham, more than 27.5 points tonight. Josh Hart, more than 9.5 rebounds. Jamal Murray, less than 20.5 points. Kawhi Leonard, more than 24.5 points tonight. If you missed anything I just said, DM me at Fletch Sports on X or Instagram. I will send you a screenshot of the lineup. You can play alongside with us. But download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code Fletch. Get that $50 bonus, and you could start winning up to 2,000 times your cash on PrizePicks. All it takes is making an entry. 2 to 6 players. You pick their stat projections, more than or less than, and you could start winning big. Whether you're watching every second of the professional basketball postseason that's going on right now, or you're locked in at every game that happens down in the Gaslamp, PrizePicks is for you. Make lineups daily on PrizePicks, and you can win big. On Tuesdays, they do Taco Tuesdays, which are discounted projections hitting the board all day long. Fridays are Flex Fridays, where you get a $20 guaranteed entry. Even if you lose, that money's coming back to you in promo funds. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code Fletch. Get that $50 bonus and start running your game all season long on PrizePicks. Couple things we missed on today's show. Ben Fletcher, Sam along with you. John and Jim coming up next. Couple things we missed on today's show. That Pittsburgh Pirates fan, did you see that yesterday?
That was scary.
21 feet off of the Roberto Clemente fence out in a PNC Park, falling down. He was motionless on the ground for a while. Remains in critical condition today. Hopefully he pulls out of this. That was a scary, scary moment, man. At a ballpark.
It is like, not to just have revisionist history, but it is like scary the fact that this hasn't happened more with people reaching over trying to get home runs, get all this stuff. I mean, then he makes alcohol in it, praying that he's they're all right.
Yeah, he was identified today. He's 20 years old. He was seen right before this happened, taking his shirt off, pouring a beer all over himself, and then he got excited. McCutchen hit a double, and he jumped up. And when he jumped up, his momentum carried him over. Landed right on his head. Terrifying, terrifying moment. But as he was just laying there, he, as far as we know, is still alive, but remains in critical condition. Hopefully he can pull through this terrifying moment, man. Having fun at a ball field and then going through that. Also, I brutally effed up during the last segment. San Diego State played against USD at Petco Park outside. That was that loss to a really, really good Aztecs team who lost to USD at Petco Park. The wind was howling. One of my buddies, Aaron, texted me. He was at that game and said, yeah, you messed that one up big time. It was the Syracuse, North Carolina game that was on the Midway, which was also not really basketball. So thank you, Aaron, for shouting that out. Zazosaurus Rex having all the sex. That's Aaron. He's coming to the party tomorrow. Sammy's coming to the party tomorrow. It's going to be a party.
Aaron's coming to the party tomorrow?
Aaron's going to be there, baby. And you all should come too. 6 to 10 a.m. KMB Bistro in Del Cerro. Tons of giveaways, including Padres tickets, SDFC tickets, a 55-inch TV, a $1,200 tool set. From Milwaukee, it's going to be an absolute party. Free breakfast burritos from Sombreros, free pizza from Del Cerro Pizza and Beer, alcohol available for purchase at KMB Bistro in Del Cerro tomorrow morning, 6 to 10
I have a question. If I win something,
you don't win anything.
No, let's just say I blend in and
you don't even get a raffle.
I win something. I get a raffle, and I get to pick between the tool set of the TV, or you assign.
No, so the TV is actually going to get picked via piñata.
Oh, okay.
The tool set will be picked by raffle tickets. So you do have to be there to win. I believe the Padres tickets and the SDFC tickets will also be picked by raffle. So your raffle ticket is you coming in the door. Okay. You get a raffle ticket.
Okay.
It's going to be a party, dude. You don't want to miss it. Anyone out there, you are welcome to come. We're trying to fill that place up. So get on over to KMB Bistro tomorrow morning. Win some prizes, hang out, have a drink, have a burrito. There's also going to be mocktails available, a signature from Cat Fisher herself. But Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, we're throwing a huge party tomorrow in Del Cerro. All right, this golf thing. It's called the Internet Invitational. Dave Portnoy and Bob Does Sports are putting this on. It's
El Presidente.
This is going to be hopefully an annual thing that they do if it has success. I say this is the best thing to happen to golf since Tiger Woods, and I'm not really kidding. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but since COVID, YouTube golfers have become a thing. I know myself, I subscribe to Bob Does Sports. I subscribe to Good Golf. Grant Horvath, Rick Shields, like these guys have all of a sudden, all of them with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, have made a career out of doing what all of us want to do on a daily basis, which is go get outside and play golf with your buddies. Like, it is a very cool thing that's happened to the game. It's become so much more approachable, so much more fun. Guys like Fat Perez, who he was literally an accountant until he got scooped up by Bob and Joey and joined Bob Does Sports. And now Fat Perez is an international superstar. He is my white whale of a guest to have on this show. But these guys have all come together and they're creating what they're calling the Internet Invitational, which is going to have a grand prize of $1 million, which, believe it or not, is more than a purse of some of the PGA Tour tournaments. So all these guys who have become just internet celebrities based on the fact that they go out and golf with their buddies and film it and put it on YouTube in creative ways are all going to be on the course at the same time for a 4-day event, August 12th through August 16th. I don't care what the pay-per-view number is on Barstool Sports or if it's on Bob Does Sports, whatever it is. I'm paying it. I'm signing up. It is going to be the anti-golf tournament. So they are hoping guys suck. They are hoping guys are shanking balls into the crowd. They are hoping that this thing just becomes debaucherous and drunk and fun. And that's what golf should be. It's a new generation of people who are coming into the sport. I found the sport in my 20s. I wish I went to the golf lessons my dad was pushing me to go to when I was like 12 years old. I wish it was a skill that I could just dig into and pull out at any given time. But I'm a guy who shoots around 100. And what's my favorite thing to do in the world is go out and suck at golf. So I think this is very cool, man. This is how sports should be. It shouldn't just be a country club thing where you have to have your shirt tucked in and wear long pants and go out and be quiet when everyone's playing. No, it should be fun. And that's what this is. The Internet Invitational, I think, is genius. I think it's a home run. I think this is going to smash viewership records. I really do, for YouTube, because this has become a thing. I don't know if, Sammy, if you've been enthralled by any of this, but if you start watching Bob Does Sports tonight, I promise you'll watch 20 episodes by tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna check it out. That's cool, man. That is fun. It does sometimes some of the big events get a little stuffy. It's like I was waiting for someone to do a John McEnroe and wear their hat backwards or something.
Unfortunately, there's only one Waste Management Open.
Yeah, there should be more of that.
There should be like 10 of them a year.
Like, it's fun when the Waste Management Open, I went to that thing, people are like screaming at them. It's fun. Like, it's a thing where you have to overcome, just like every other sport. When you're on the NBA and you're playing on the road, baseball, whatever it is, I mean, you have to deal with the crowd. I think it's fun. I'm looking forward to it.
147. I disagree. All sports are better in the rain except hockey. I love wet basketball on asphalt. If you remember the New Year's Pittsburgh game in the rain, it was horrible. The ice was a slush, and I believe the players had to use paddle boards instead of skates.
It's fair. I guess water and hockey don't totally mix.
No,
after I said it, I kind of thought about that. I'm like, it's gonna melt. But
I don't remember what team it was, but some team. This might have been 10 years ago now. At this point, there was some malfunction with the ice within the arena. And they ended up like having a thin layer of water on top of the ice. And it was a disaster because guys no longer were having traction.
Well, I know Pittsburgh played in some outdoor game last year, and it that happened. They had to stop.
It started to melt.
Yeah. 619 taking some shots at me. So it should be called Sammy's Upper Deckers because the picks are pure blank. Listen.
Yeah, we could change the name. If Sammy doesn't get a winner here next week, hopefully there's a winner today and tomorrow.
First off, let me explain something to everyone. Fletch has input on a few picks, and I don't out him.
I did nothing today.
No, like AKA Corbin Burns over. Oh, can't miss. Long Shots is coming back with a vengeance. We've had a tough week, but again, we stay with it. We're not quitters. We don't stop just because we lose a parlay or two. All my sports bettors out here know this. Everyone knows that you have to stay with it. Consistency is key. Consistency is king. And that's what's going to happen today on Long Shots.
Tonight, Cade Cunningham, more than 27.5 points. Josh Hart, more than 9.5 rebounds. Jamal Murray, less than 20.5 points. Kawhi Leonard, more than 24.5 points. You can find that on Prize.
Take that to the bank.
Promo code Fletch.
We're so due. It's going to happen.
We are due. For the first time in a long time, we are very, very due. The account is struggling, Sammy.
we got to throw that Big Rich CDM Fletch money in there. Come on.
I know we do need to do that. All right, it's San Diego Sports 760. Thank you for being here today. We do really appreciate it. John and Jim are going to take you the rest of the way from 2 to 6 tonight. They got plenty coming up on the Padres. They got plenty coming up on everything going around the world of sports. And maybe if you want to text Jim Russell and tell him that he is not Harry Potter, but Harry something that rhymes with Potter, you are more than welcome to do so. You can go roast Jim on a Thursday.
I'm excited for them to see the text line and to hear a bunch of Harry Potter references because John won't understand it. John will have no idea. He doesn't know anything about pop culture. Jim and Brent, I think Brent will get it first. Oh, Brent's not in today. Marshall's in today.
Marshall. Be nice to Marshall, everybody. I'm like, this is the first time somebody new has walked in the door and I immediately love the guy. Whoa. Like Sammy walks in and I'm like, screw you, dude. Marshall walked in and I'm like, this dude's cool. I want to, this guy. No,
Marshall's the man.
If I were to get married tomorrow, he might be a groomsman.
Okay, that's a little. I don't think Marshall feels the same way about you.
We are Marshall. That's what I'm going to say. John and Jim with Marshall coming up next. San Diego Sports 760.